But I just left a restaurant collaboration crying.
When people look down on small creators, sometimes it can come back and bite you. Let's talk about this story. Hey, beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here, and welcome to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video is a video of a small creator. I'm putting the small creator in quote because hold on, you're gonna know why I'm doing that. So it's a video of a small creator who came on to share a story about her experience trying to work with a restaurant. So she said she was contacted online by a management from this restaurant in San Francisco, if I'm not mistaken, and they already talked about the details on how she's going to create content for the restaurant and all that. And she went on there to do what she does, create content for the restaurant. And while she was there, one of the co-owner of the restaurant decided to come and kind of downplay her and ask, oh, how many followers she has, da 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 da, and how she's not a good fit for their restaurant because she has a small followers. Mind you, she has 15,000 followers. But with this old interaction, trying to talk down on her and her hard work and the type of content she create, it kind of made her feel some type of way, and she left there with tears in her eyes, which we're going to get. She told her own story, so we're going to get into there. But the crazy is that the video, she telling the story about exactly her experience there. The video has blown up, and she has gained so much follower, and that restaurant is catching fire, literally. Like people are having bad reviews, people are boycotting it, and even the co-owner has been let go of his co-ownership of the restaurant. Anyway, guys, let's go check it out, and then we'll come back and talk more.
I don't know if I'm gonna post this video because I'm like still shaking and I feel so frazzled, but I just left a restaurant collaboration crying. I had a TikTok collab with a new restaurant in Hayes Valley that I was really excited for. I had it planned since last week. My reservation was at 5:30, but I went a little early at 5:10, so it was just me. My husband was gonna meet me there. When I get there, I'm greeted by the host and I introduce myself, tell him I'm here for the collab, and he was actually the guy I was speaking on Instagram with about it, so we were on the same page and ready to go. I started to film around the restaurant because I like to do that early on when there's less people. And after filming for a bit, I sit down at the table that's prepped for me, and it's a bar counter seat. I'm continuing to film the setup in the kitchen and stuff because it's really cute, but I hear the host and this other guy talking. And this other guy is behind the counter, so it's a small restaurant. He's like 2 or 3 feet away from me, so I can hear everything they're saying. I know that they're talking about me because I can hear them saying TikTok, views, followers, so I start listening in. The new guy is asking the host who I am, why I'm here, and how many followers I have on TikTok and what my TikTok is. And this guy pulls up my TikTok and says that I have 15,000 followers and I have some videos have millions of views, whatever, and this guy is not happy about it. He was saying that I have too little followers and that this was a mistake. Saying what about her Instagram, how many followers does she have there, and I don't use my Instagram for food, it's just my private Instagram. So this guy tells him that I have like 1,300 followers and he is not having it. Saying to the host that he shouldn't have invited me and that this was a mistake and that this was bad. And then he says, is she dining alone? Who else is coming? And the host says that I have a +1. And then he says, and this +1's late, but no one was late. I was there early. Mind you, this is all happening in front of me and they know that I can hear because we are so close to each other. At this point, I am turning red because I'm so embarrassed and I feel really disrespected, but the new guy comes to me and I introduce myself, I shake his hand, and I'm telling him that I'm still excited about this collab. Immediately he says, did you do any research on this restaurant? Do you know what we do? Do you know who we are? And mind you, they're really new, they don't have a website, but I know their menu front and back because whenever I go to a restaurant, I study the menu because I know what I like to order and I want to know what the restaurant is that I'm collabing with. I tell him that you guys don't have a website, but I know you are a wine bar and you serve smaller bites. He is smirking while he's listening to me and saying that I didn't do any research and that he thinks that there's been some miscommunication. He asks for my TikTok, which clearly you've done no research about me as well. And he starts scrolling through and playing my TikToks on full volume at the restaurant. And not even my page, just the page that comes up when you search my name. After scrolling like 2 times, he says to me that he doesn't think my videos are at the level at which he wants his restaurant to be represented. He goes on to say that my audience and my followers are not the kind of people that are going to be at his restaurant. It seemed like he was insinuating that my followers would not be able to afford to eat at this restaurant. Then he says, not to be snobby, but do you know who I am? And I say no, because I don't know who he is. He says he's a James Beard Award recipient or finalist or something, and I'm like, great, like I don't know what to say to that. And he said that his daughter has 600,000 followers on TikTok and that I'm not at that level. He keeps going on. He says that my cooking videos are homey, but he doesn't think I understand what they do at that restaurant. At this point, I'm crying and I want to get out. So I tell him that I'm no longer interested in doing the collab. I tell him that I felt disrespected because they were talking about me right in front of me and belittling my work. And he tells me that he was offended because I came in and didn't introduce myself to him, which is weird because usually during restaurant collabs, the host comes and greets you because there's a lot of people at the restaurant. You don't know who the owner is or you've never seen their faces most of the time. And now it's 5:30 and my husband comes into the restaurant and he's like, hi, everybody, because he doesn't know what's going on. I tell my husband that we're going to leave and we're not eating here. And I tell the owner that I will be taking note of this because I want to be an advocate for micro-influencers, especially in the Bay Area food scene. You don't need to have 1 million followers to be respected or feel like you're making a difference. I love spotlighting small businesses, and I want to continue to do that and have fun.
Today on Out and Find Out, we have Luke Sung. After belittling Carla for not having enough followers for his restaurant and sent her home in tears, he got fired from his own restaurant. In this post that they put up about an hour ago, Kiss Cafe wrote, and I quote, our chef's behavior was unacceptable and he is no longer part of the team as a co-owner or chef or in any other way. Whoa. As part of this post, Luke, has reached out to the creator with a personal apology. And they talk about how it doesn't align with their values and they're going to close down to restructure after these events and then reopen thereafter. I just find it hilarious because Kiss Cafe is named after his son, which means that the restaurant is probably going to close down and rebrand as a different name while they're shut down, which means that his tribute to his kids, oh, that's right, he names all of his restaurants after his kids. That's right. Multiple restaurants. Because if you look on Luke Sung's LinkedIn, it says that he's the operator of Domo Sushi. This Domo Sushi, the one on Laguna Street in San Francisco. And trust me, he and his wife own it. Also, I find it karmically chef's kiss that Luke berated her for only having 17,000 followers on her TikTok. And because of this fiasco, you can see that overnight she's blown up to over 158,000.
That's crazy.
Please keep that going. Thank you, and please stay safe.
Irony of the Kiss Cafe situation is that the owner didn't think that that content creator had enough followers to make a huge impact for promoting their restaurant. And in fact, she has proven them wrong. The way that they treated her was so terrible that everyone hates that. For context, I've been to Kiss Cafe. I knew that the restaurant was owned by the father of Issa, who is the content creator. It's not the reason why I went. It was because, like, Hayes Valley is a neighborhood that I do spend some time in when I go visit SF. And I looked at the menu beforehand and I thought it would be interesting. So me and my girlfriends went and just, like, had an evening there, had some wine, had some bites. The food was fine. It was fine. Like, it wasn't a place that I'd go back to again, but it's a restaurant. As of 3 hours ago, though, the restaurant did release a statement and they said that the owner is no longer a part of the restaurant. He has apologized to that content creator. And then the restaurant is going to restructure and close down. And so I just think that they're going to come back with a new type of restaurant. And maybe if he is tied to that restaurant again or a different restaurant, he just won't be named in it. In order for him to be in this food industry in San Francisco again, his name will have to be behind the scenes. It just cannot be attached to any restaurant because of what happened. The wild part of this story too is that he was like, don't you know who I am? When has that ever worked out for anyone? When has someone saying that ever worked in their favor? Have we not learned anything?
Have you all seen that video where a restaurant in San Francisco invites a micro-influencer over to help create some content, but then the chef and owner comes out, pretty much humiliates her, saying that, oh, my daughter has more followers, you don't have enough followers, blah, blah, blah. And as a cafe owner myself, who also works as a full-time content creator, here are my 2 cents. It is absolutely insane to treat anyone in your establishment like that, regardless of who they are or how many followers they have. Also, micro-influencers or just smaller creators are single-handedly just supporting and uplifting small businesses when no one else is. Because a lot of the larger creators are not going to create videos because they're most likely focusing on paid partnerships, which restaurants, small businesses, cafes just don't have the capital or even like the margins to really do any sort of paid partnerships. And a lot of these micro influencers are like putting in the work after their 9 to 5s, to support your business. Micro influencers have that relatability and that like trustworthiness that, influencers with hundreds of thousands or millions of followers just doesn't have, especially when it comes to a hyper local niche. Yeah, the whole situation is absolutely insane. Carla, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Good on you for speaking out. I don't think it's really fair that people are now attacking her daughter when she had nothing to do with this. It was just her crazy narcissistic dad who owns the restaurant. I honestly don't see how they can recover from this. I think their Google ratings are like a 1 star now, which I don't know. You got to start clean after that. Like, there's no way.
I have one question for Luke Sung, the owner of Kiss Cafe in San Francisco. Were you expecting Steven Spielberg to walk through your restaurant and do a cinematic documentary on your small bites? What is wrong with you? Your restaurant hired a content creator to come in and promote your business. And once she was in your restaurant, you said, never mind, you only have 15,000 followers. You're not good enough. After scrolling through her TikTok on high volume in front of her, do you know how rude that is? Are you okay? My favorite part of this entire story is when you asked her, do you know who I am? Because you were nominated for a James Beard Award 22 years ago. I am so mortified for you. Then you said she disrespected you because she didn't introduce herself to you. Well, she couldn't. She couldn't introduce herself to you because you were too busy talking about her 3 feet away from her, loudly, on purpose, so she would hear you. So what do you want her to do? Walk up to you like you're some kind of king? No, and it's your restaurant. Say, hey, welcome to my restaurant. What's up? Like, no.
Have y'all seen this Kiss Cafe drama? So this micro-influencer went to the Kiss Cafe and basically she was like completely disrespected by the chef, who was also a co-owner of the restaurant. And basically he said that my daughter has more followers than you, because at the time she had 15,000 followers and his daughter said he claimed has 600,000 followers on TikTok, and he was basically saying you're way too small, like you're not what I'm looking for, blah blah blah, right? After her making the video and it going viral, she has 232,000 followers. She started at 15,000, so clearly she's gotten a lot of support. And you can see the video, the original got 13.6 million and then the new one got 3.2 million, where she like updated kind of what's going on. The daughter actually did end up reaching out and apologizing to her. I mean, to be honest, like she kind of has to, because people are like on the daughter, which I don't really think it's fair, because obviously like as a child you don't represent your parents' values and actions. Like you may, but you should see it through their actions, not by in reflection of their parents. And so people are like being like, I read one comment that was like, oh, I only have 3,000 followers, I can't be in this comment section. Or like telling the daughter like, well, how many beard awards do you have? Like basically like being really mean to the daughter. And I really don't think that's fair on the daughter, because like obviously we don't know what's going on in the background, but yeah. So apparently he actually did have to like step down. So he's a co-owner, this man named Eric Lynn, and in order to like protect the company, he had to step down and not be co-owner anymore to try to kind of save what is left. So I think right now Yelp, they only have like 1.8 stars because obviously they were flooded with negative reviews. What I find interesting is I scrolled down to where it wasn't just people kind of checking her page on the top, and I scrolled further down. So as a 15,000 followers, she was getting organically at least around 3,000 views per video post. And I'm not even gonna lie, for food that probably, because she was 2 people, her and her husband, for maybe like $150 worth of food, they were gonna snub at 3,000 eyes on their restaurant with a potential to for them to go viral and get like 20,000. And I feel like when they do kind of go viral, like with that 20,000, they tend to get pushed locally. You have to realize that when you're creating in a specific area, a lot of the times they get pushed in that specific area. You just lost 3,000 eyes by not wanting to do the collab, and you just lost your business because you insulted her and she got 13 million views. So yeah, really poor choices. And so business owners should probably realize that, once they invite someone over, you probably can't kick them out.
Okay, so much has happened in the past 24 hours, and I feel like I need to come on here and give everybody kind of an update. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can watch my most recent video, and this video will make a lot more sense. First of all, I woke up today to the most supportive and kind and genuine and encouraging comments and messages, and I've read through every single one of them, and I could not be more grateful and shocked at how much empathy you guys have towards basically a stranger on the internet. I am so grateful and so appreciative of everyone that's checked in on me and made sure that I am feeling okay. And more than anything, I feel so proud because I think it goes to show how strong of a community TikTok can be. I haven't responded to any comments asking about the name of the restaurant or the owner because I don't want to get you guys or me into any type of trouble, but I feel like everyone's kind of figured it out one way or another. I do want to make it clear that I do not condone any type of bullying or slander to unrelated family members. My issue was with this specific restaurant and the specific management, and when this was happening, I not only did not know who he was, but I did not know that his family members were in the public eye. The short update is that I have not heard directly from the owner or the host about this, and I'm really hoping that they are open to taking accountability and learning and growing from this experience. But more importantly, I have gained so many new followers from this, which is pretty surreal. I'm sad that you guys first found me with a video that wasn't very positive, but I do want to go back to posting videos about food and recipes and Bay Area restaurants that I'm really excited for. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I feel so grateful for every single person that's been following me or started following me and supporting me, and we are such a strong community, and I hope that nobody on this app ever forgets that.
Wow. Wow. Please let me know what you think about this story down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful. You're on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thought. So it's really like in the space, being a content creator in this space, especially this time, it can really be very, very crazy. And what one thing like some businesses don't know, especially the older generation, still don't understand is that things can just like that and never you undermine any creator, especially a creator that is very authentic to what she creates and passionate about it. Never you undermine it, because people will see through that and can just blow up. But I just feel like this is an entire lesson to businesses, small businesses, like whatever you do, never you undermine anybody on the internet. And as much as the internet is can be chaotic, very dramatic and all that, it can be an amazing tool for your business and for you to make money. And I do understand coming like brand reaching out to creators and all that. Sometimes I feel like a lot of brands, maybe because I'm a black woman exactly in Africa, a lot of brands, and that's why I haven't really done any brand collabs and all that. A lot of brands will actually really like undermine you, even though you can they can see clearly how much work you put into your content can be really undermined, and then be like try to underprice you or overlook you. Some will tell you they just want to give you gifts, when if you go into the perspective of how content is being created, you will know, or if you are a content creator, you will understand the work that goes into setting the camera, the lights, the editing, the the angles, the saucing, like just really putting it together to tell a story that is not all over the place. It can really be like everything. You are a one-man show, you are a one-man production house, and a lot of the time brand will always want to look down at it. Even if somebody, you know, when you have even 1,000 people in a room, the amount of crowd that is. So I feel like social media too has also made people to overlook numbers. How much number is 1,000 person? Do you know how crowded that is? Then 3,000, and then you're looking down on somebody that has 15,000 followers, and like, you know what, it's just 15,000 followers. Are you kidding me? But I do believe like this is a lesson, and a lesson that needs to be learned by other businesses, other people that look down on small creators. I'm putting small because nobody is small. Everybody is on their own growing journey as they want to grow. When people talk about small creators, that they should not be looked at. And the crazy thing is that when it comes to even the creator space, I just want to quickly speak that if you know you're a brand owner, a lot of the time people trust small creators more than the mega creators, because the mega creators, most of them just do pay collab, because you're not going to give um a mega creator or a big creator gifts and expect content for them. She won't. There's always a paid collab, and the payment is paying. Okay, the payment is paying. And a lot of the time people have come to realize that those big content creators are just taking brand deals for the sake of making money, not because that they genuinely enjoy the product. So when it comes to products and how people trust the review of product, most of them, they look down to smaller creators, because smaller creators has nothing to lose. They're just going to tell you how they feel, and sometimes some of them just genuinely buy the product and they consume it, and they come back to tell their audience about how much they like it. It's just like when I tell you people about what I use for my face. Nobody paid me for that. It's just me sharing, and that's just it. So a lot of the time, brands, if you're a brand, look out for those small creators that are very authentic to themselves and to their audience. Those are the people that will bring return on products, especially when you have a good product. They are going to, it's going to convert to something. Anyway, guys, you guys let me know what you guys think about this entire conversation down in the comment section. But as always, keep it respectful. Let me know if you're a content creator, and how has it been so far navigating the what's it called, the collab, making money from sponsorship. How has it been? And if you're a brand and you want to work with me, please, my email is on my page. You can reach out to me. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go on and do that. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.